Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Kareem here. Today, we're going to be talking about what you're missing out on by not taking social media seriously. Like, what are you missing out on? I know I'm talking about branding. I know I'm talking about making content, whatever that means. I know I'm talking about just being top of mind, yada, yada, yada. But really, what does it mean? It means that there are consequences to not doing this. It means that ultimately there's some competition out there somewhere, and I'm not going to be that vague because you know who they are in your local market, in your target or market in Erie, Pennsylvania, let's say. You know exactly who is doing social media and doing it well and doing it consistently and persistently day in, day out. And you know that if you don't measure up, like there's no way to close the gap, right? So the ideal time and place, they say, I'm going to get into like a quick one here, like a little tangent, but they say the best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago. And the next best time to plant a tree is today. That's the second best time. So really the time to start on Facebook, on Google was back in 2000 and 2004, respectively, right? Facebook in 2004. The best time to start with Google ads was like in 97, I believe, is when it first came out. The best time to start on Instagram was like the day it came out. The best time to start on Twitter and making your website and optimizing for SEO. The heyday, in other words, all the easy money to be made using all of these methods to get clientele, to get leads, is past. That ship sailed. Now it's competitive. There's blood in the water. For the most part, it's red ocean. And so what you want to do now is you want to use the cheapest conduit. When I say cheap, in relation to time, for the amount of good quality leads and reach that you can get. Like, how many people can you get to see with the content that you make now? But you'll never get there if you never actually just get started today and do this. And so today, that's going to be the topic. Just, I wanted to briefly mention that there is an opportunity cost for you not getting started today. Even if you just stumble across this video and you're just watching it and you're like, oh man, yeah, I have been considering thinking about getting on social media and taking it seriously. It starts with one step. It just starts with you just dedicating yourself. I've already shown how to make a content calendar. Get on your phone right now, search for social media content calendar 30 days or 30 days social media content calendar. Get the calendar, slap it up, just keep it in your phone somewhere. Just keep it in your photos and just stick to that thing for 30 days. That's it. Like, it's as simple as that. And there's a lot of great ideas from doing that method. You can tweak it as you go. You can just sit down on one Sunday, like today is Super Bowl Sunday. You can just sit down and just decide what you're going to post day in, day out. And then you could also leave some wiggle room along with those posts that you already know that you're going to do, to also do some extra posts from, like, let's say federal events, just little holidays like Valentine's Day shout outs and things like that, you know, family and friends, things like that. But for the most part, so long as you just get started, so long as you kick that rock. Man, I was talking to a client. It was either last week or the week before, but he had a potential client. And we were talking about their social media content creation, right? And this is actually like one of those things where they were talking about being so perfect and being a perfectionist and not ever getting started by doing anything. They're afraid to make mistakes. This is what this ultimately comes down to. The person that's afraid to make mistakes or to get laughed at or to look silly or to not, there's just fear, uncertainty, doubt. I won't get so far as to like a lack of confidence, which I suppose that's really what it is, what it boils down to. But that fear, that doubt that you have about just getting up, getting started, sticking a camera in your face. I'm not going to be one of those people that says, oh, well, if you're not comfortable on camera, you can do words or you can do blogs. We're talking about contracting here. You're going to walk into somebody's house. There's a lot of fear that people have when it comes to inviting people into their homes. Like, we know this. This is something that's pretty common, and there's a lot of complaints with that and, you know, being invasive, and like the services that you provide are invasive, in, you could say, in a way, because you do have to enter people's home. And if you can't get over the fear of actually sticking a camera in your face, or just the inertia of sticking a camera in your face, like, we know you're tired. We know that you have to get in those 40 billable hours a week. And on top of that, you still got to do your accounting. You still got to do the running around back and forth to like Home Depots or Lowe's, or, you still got to call up the plumbing supply store and get these guys to, get all the supplies ready for you. And if they deliver, that'd be great. And coordinate all of this stuff. And then you got to get your subcontractors, everybody on the same foot, if that's what you do. Or if you're doing it all yourself, I mean, bless your heart. Either way, it doesn't really matter what else that you're doing. This is an adjunct, a very important part in the process of lead generation is you actually have to do the work. It's not just out there shaking hands and kissing babies. The internet is a thing to be leveraged. You are to be out here consistently making content on social media. This is the point. I'm bringing it back home. We're coming full circle here. I'm watching the time also. And doing this very consistently, I say every single day. If you can manage every other day, fantastic. But like I said the other day, you don't have to post every day to be consistent. You have to post every day to be competitive. And back to the example in Erie, Pennsylvania. Somebody's out there on the grind doing this stuff day in, day out, on top of every single other thing that they're doing, including balancing a healthy family life and et cetera, et cetera. The person that takes their branding and marketing seriously, consistently wins. Ultimately, that's the point that I'm trying to get across in today's video. Somewhat of a little, like, I don't want to say I ranted today, but I guess so, yeah. I just want to tell you guys, man, jump into it. In the home services space, I know the average age of a contractor is up there, general contractor. But guys, we got to do better. We got to put ourselves out there so that we can start reaping the benefits of the long-term, slow burning grind that it is in building your brand, ultimately your business, especially if you want to make it something that you can pass on, hand off to the next generation. It starts today with you just posting one piece of content. That's it. That's all I'm going to say for today. Thanks for watching. My name's Kareem. And hit all the social buttons, the likes, the bells for notifications, all that good stuff. Thanks. See you again tomorrow. Peace.